Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, welcome to this episode of the Triple D series where we will be discussing the second part of Hisbah. The second part of Hisbah. We spoke previously about the Muhtasib, and now we are going to discuss the Al-Muhtasib alayh, which is, in English, the reckless driver, or according to the diagnostic terminologies, the reckless driver. Have you ever been driving your car and this guy just cuts in front of you, swerves across the lane, and maybe slams on his brakes or does a whole bunch of nonsense, and you just get really steamed up inside and you want to just go after him and maybe cut him off or something like that? Well, this is what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the person who commits some sort of act that may be an evil act, may be an act that was done in a not so good fashion, but the point is it was something that needs to be corrected. So we're talking about the person who needs to be corrected, the reckless driver. And you as the technician, you as the one who's going to diagnose a problem with somebody's car, you need to stop this person, you need to fix them, you need to find them and do it in the best manner that you could possibly conduct. Now what we're going to discuss are 4 types of people who are considered reckless drivers. 4 types of people. And the first person that we're going to discuss, or the first type of person that we're going to discuss, is the relative, or somebody who is close to you, a friend or a family member. This person needs to be corrected in the best manner, in a fashion that you cannot use on anybody else. You can use it on somebody else, but you must take the utmost caution when you're discussing issues with family members, because it can just create problems for you in the future. Also, you must keep in mind that when you are a child trying to correct a parent, whether your mother or your father, this is where you have to be really, really careful. You can't use harsh language with them. You must do it in the most gentle, the most kind fashion. And this type of hisbah, this type of enjoining good and forbidding evil, is a type of nasiha. You're giving advice to your parents. You're giving them the best advice that you could possibly give to anybody, and in the best fashion, and in the most gentle way. And that is how you deal with parents. When you're talking to relatives, you don't want to create an issue or a problem that is going to last forever. You want to just fix the problem and move on with life and live together happily, insha'Allah ta'ala, as opposed to correcting somebody else's mistake that you may never see this person again. So you can be a different way, you can act a certain way and know that this person is not going to hold a grudge against you, whereas a relative may hold something against you later on in time. That is the first person, or the first type of person. The second type is the non-Muslim. When dealing with non-Muslims, you have to use a specific method. The method of speech needs to be specific to a non-Muslim. The things that you say have to be specific to a non-Muslim. Don't forget, you don't come to a non-Muslim and preach to them about praying salah. They don't know what salah is, for example. They don't know why we fast as Muslims. They don't know why we do so many things. To them, they don't have to do these things, these actions. So why are you preaching that to them? You want to preach them the nicest manners. You want to preach to them about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about the manners of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You want to talk to them and encourage them to do good and to leave off the evils that they are already committing. That is the non-Muslim. The third type is the leader, whether it is the leader of your country or the leader of your community, for example, an imam. You must talk to them and give them advice so that the situations that you as an ummah, as a nation, as a community, as people in a country, you can live peacefully and harmoniously together, insha'Allah ta'ala. So discussing and correcting issues that have to deal with leaders or imams, this is something which is permitted in Islam as well. And the fourth type of person that we're going to discuss is the worker, somebody who works, whether an employee or the boss, the owner of a company. if they are doing something wrong in their business, for example, they're using interest, or they're treating their customers harshly, or there's injustice in some way, cheating, for example, not giving the correct change when you pay for something, whatever the case may be, you must correct their problems, their mistakes in the best manner that you possibly can. Remember, you are the technician. You are the one that knows all of these things. You are the one that knows how to fix a problem, and we're going to get to that in the last part, inshallah, dealing with problems and how to fix them, how to not only diagnose a problem, but to correct it. So when you are the technician, you are the one that helps others. You recognize a problem and you go out there and you help them. وَجَزَاكُمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.